Yeah, it's Tina again. Um, Here's another story called The Onion Poultice. Minnie and Ivan were worried. Their only son, Austin, was very ill. The doctor had made a house call and told the parents that Austin had pneumonia. It was very bad, and there was no medicine to cure him. It was 1923, and medicine to cure pneumonia was very hard to get and was very expensive. The doctor told Minnie and Ivan that he had done all he could for Austin. After the doctor left, Minnie's mother, Grandmother Pittman, said, "Austin is our only boy. We are not going to just watch him die. I'm going to make an onion poultice. I have seen it work before in situations like this when you need to break a high fever." She picked up baby Austin and headed towards the kitchen. "Ivan," she said, "get me the wash tub. Minnie, fill the bucket with onions from the back porch and start to coarsely chop them into a big fry pan." The back porch of the home was not heated and was used much as we use a refrigerator today. There was venison hanging that Ivan had shot on a hunting trip, as well as ducks and rabbits. Potatoes, parsnips, beets, and other vegetables were stored there also. Grandfather Pittman had grown them in his large vegetable garden, and there were lots and lots of tomatoes. I'm sorry, lots and lots of onions. Why did I say tomatoes? I don't know. Lots and lots of onions. Minnie filled her apron with them and headed for the kitchen. Ivan brought in the round galvanized wash tub that was used for many things, including giving baths to the smaller children on Saturday night. Grandmother Pittman had laid a clean towel on the bottom of the wash tub. She removed Austin's clothes and laid the baby in the wash tub. She surrounded him with clean towels to keep him warm. Minnie was cooking the onions in the big fry pan. When the onions were just beginning to get limp and warm, just enough warmth to be giving off their medicinal properties, yet not too hot to the touch, Grandmother Pittman poured them all over the baby in the wash tub. She tucked the onions next to the baby's skin, holding them in place with the clean towels. "Keep chopping, Minnie," she said. "We're going to need lots more onions." When the first batch of onions was cool, a new batch was put on top of the old ones. After a while, they noticed that baby Austin wasn't fussing as much. In fact, he looked better. They checked his temperature, which had been quite high. It was down. His temperature was almost normal. In fact, baby Austin fell asleep. "Thank God!" exclaimed Ivan. "And," said Minnie, "thank you, Grandma Pittman." Baby Austin recovered from the pneumonia and lived to the age of 80. And that's a story about my real uncle, whose name was Austin, and his relatives who, when he was an infant, saved him from pneumonia by doing an onion poultice all over him. Doing an onion poultice all over him. Here's another story. This one's called The Kite. It was a clear summer day in Port Rowan, Canada. The sky was blue and there was a wonderful breeze. It was a great day to fly a kite. Austin and his friend Bobby decided to make the biggest kite ever. They found some used 2x4s and an old canvas tarp in the barn. With a hammer and some nails, they fabricated a huge and very heavy kite. How would they fly this heavy kite? Bobby, who was older than Austin, said, "I know what we'll do. We'll ask my brother if we can use his truck. We'll pull the kite behind his pickup truck." "Do you think it will work?" asked Austin. "Well, we won't know till we try," replied Bobby. So they found Bobby's brother Howie. Howie agreed to try to pull the kite behind his Model T Ford pickup truck. They decided to go to the schoolyard where there was lots of room. The field where the kids played baseball was perfect. They tied the rope attached to the kite to the back of the truck. Howie was driving the truck, and Bobby and Austin were in the back. Bobby held the kite up against the wind, and it began to lift into the air. "Go faster," Austin yelled to Howie. "Faster!" Howie drove the truck faster across the schoolyard. The kite flew higher and higher into the sky. Then something unexpected happened. The kite was so big and the truck was going so fast that the kite lifted the truck off the ground. "Jeepers, we're flying!" exclaimed Austin. "What fun!" The truck was off the ground for 10 or 15 seconds. "Wow, we'd better slow down," said Howie. "I don't want to damage my truck." Howie took his foot off the accelerator pedal and the truck lowered down to the ground. "Howie, go faster," yelled Austin. "Let's fly again." "Okay," said Howie. "One more time." Howie pushed the gas pedal. The kite went higher in the blue, blue sky, and the truck rose off the ground again. The boys whooped and laughed and yelled out loud. Their truck was flying. Who would ever believe that a kite could lift a truck off the ground? But it happened just that way. And this is a true story. My uncle told me the story. My Uncle Austin told me the story of how he and his friend got the truck to fly by building a really big kite. and the truck took off, and it maybe was only off the ground just a little bit. But still, that was pretty exciting. So I've written these two stories, and they're both about my relative, someone dear to my heart, my uncle. And so there you go. I hope you enjoyed those stories. Thank you. Bye-bye.